Story 1. He'll never yell at me again. Hello. Stephen. Oh my God, I finally remembered your number. Mom. What's going on? Where are you? I had to call you from Grandpa's phone. I can't find mine. It took me forever to remember your number. Mom, where are you? What's going on? I went out for a walk. When I got back to the house, your grandpa was in the shower, so I decided to make myself something to eat. I break down crying. I told myself not to panic, but as soon as I heard Stephen's voice, I just couldn't help it. Mom, where are you? I'm at Grandpa's house. Stephen. I think I killed him. What? He started yelling at me. He started to threaten me, and I remembered how many times he hit me when I was a kid, and something in me just snapped. You were always right, and I knew it. I should have put him in a home. I never should have kept taking care of him. He was too far gone. I thought it was my duty as his daughter. Mom, it's going to be okay. No, it's not. I couldn't stop. I was just slicing some cheese. I had the knife in my hand. I couldn't stop. I just kept sticking the knife in him. Oh my God. I just called 911 and told them everything. Oh my God, Stephen, what am I going to do? Stay there, Mom, I'm on my way. I'll be on the front porch. I hang up the phone and look down on what remains of my father. The little bit of meat on the floor next to him. His tongue. I cut it out. He kept using the same words that he did when I was child. I couldn't take it. I walk outside and sit on the porch. The neighbors are all outside staring at the crazy woman covered in blood. Some of them are on their phones. Everything becomes a blur. I watch 2 police cars come to a halt in front of the house. They're yelling at me. They put me on the ground and I feel handcuffs pinch my wrists. One of them runs inside and I hear him say, "Oh my God." An ambulance arrives while the cops put me in the backseat of their car. This is a dream. It's all a dream. What dream? The bad dream. Am I dreaming? I see a car pull up and my son runs out of it. Why is he here? He starts arguing with a policeman. He should know better. I raised him better. I hear him screaming at the policeman. This used to be my grandfather's house. She used to take care of him. He died 20 years ago. We've been looking for my mother all afternoon. She just disappeared from the home. She has dementia. Who is Stephen talking about? Why am I in front of my dad's old house? I hate my dad. I've always hated him. Story 2. Mom can't afford any second lives. Glenn was standing on the trunk of his Mercedes, waving a gun around, asking his group of friends who wanted to be shot. Everybody cheered, saying, "Pick me, pick me." I sighed, and did what I always did, tried not to be noticed. Your dad lets you use his gun? Ricky asked. He doesn't give a shit, Glenn laughed. He doesn't even lock it up since everybody got their second lives. Glenn put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Blood and brains blew out the side of his head, and he bounced off the trunk of his car, crashing into the school's parking lot. Then, he jumped right back up. Hell yeah. $1,000 well spent. The counter on Glenn's forearm clicked down from 047 to 046. Glenn had 46 more lives before he died. Though he could always pay to get more. I looked down at my own forearm, at the black screen fused to my skin with tennis ball yellow numbers. 000. 000, meaning I didn't have any second lives. Mom can't afford them ever since Dad went into debt. He got addicted to the thrill of dying. Apparently, it's happening a lot these days. He never should have let his counter hit 000. When you're 000, your next death is final death, and nobody wants to die. Not when $1,000 will keep you alive. He actually died on the way to purchase more lives. A car wreck. Nobody has been driving safely anymore. Hell, nobody's being safe at all. Hey Caitlin, wanna get shot in the head? Glenn yelled at me. Shit, I've been noticed. No thanks, I shouted back, but Glenn was already walking over, his posse in tow. Are you sure? It's lots of fun. Glenn aimed the gun at me, and I screamed no, raising my hands to protect my head. Holy shit, Glenn saw my forearm. This bitch doesn't have any second lives. Everybody laughed. Even Ricky's got 3, Glenn smirked. But I've got 4, Ricky replied. Glenn shot him in the head, and everybody laughed even harder. You fucking asshole, Ricky cried. My mom's gonna kill me. Oh, don't be such a baby. While everybody was distracted, I ran away as fast as I could. I went home, locked myself in my room, and cried. Why no, I didn't even mind that I almost died. What bothered me was how they laughed at me. All I wanted was to be popular and carefree, like Glenn, and that made me cry even more. There was no way I'd be able to afford any second lives. Unless, maybe I don't have to. I grabbed my backpack and pulled out a Sharpie. I stared at the black screen on my forearm, the yellow zeros mocking me. I carefully blacked in the second 0. It looked like I had 10 second lives. Now I'm just like them, I smiled. Story 3. First one to fall asleep dies. Sorry I'm late, sluts. Becca shimmied through the front door of my apartment, 30 minutes late, with a bottle of Pinot in each hand. Which, if you knew her, was so very Becca. She used to be the life of the party. We were wondering if you were gonna flake, said Abby, searching for a corkscrew. But in a nice way, I added, like a my kids need me sort of way. I love my children, but even I need a break from them every now and then, Becca groaned. Can you believe we're back together? I asked. Do you remember what we used to call ourselves? The Moon Sisters. Abby exclaimed. Oh God, Becca said. We used to be so cringe. Abby, having finally found a corkscrew, walked back to the living room. Donna, she said to me, you don't have any wine glasses. Normally, I drink from the bottle, I shrugged. I have red Solo cups in the cupboard. Trashy, said Becca. I like it. Let's get this party started. Aren't we forgetting something? I asked, holding out my hands. Becca and Abby sighed, but then we all held hands and formed a circle. It wasn't a real sleepover unless we did our ritual. We gather as friends and make this vow, I said. With the moon as our witness, Abby said. The first of us to fall asleep will die, said Becca. Now let's drink. Before long it was like we were back in high school. Gossiping, laughing, complaining about everything. Becca had a loving husband and 4 kids. She quit her job to be a stay-at-home mom, and though she loved her family, most days she wanted to pull her hair out. Abby was twice divorced with a new boyfriend about to be husband number 3. 3rd time's the charm, she kept hiccuping between sips of wine. I was single, unemployed, and lonelier than I had ever been. That's why I asked everybody back for a sleepover. Our lives had split in opposite directions since high school, and I wanted to remember what it felt like to be young. We drank, ordered pizza, and watched scary movies until the inevitable happened. Psst, I think Abby is asleep, Becca whispered. You know what we have to do, I responded. The 2 of us grabbed butcher knives from the kitchen. Okay, Becca said, let's kill her. We stabbed Abby over and over until we were covered in blood. She screamed at first, but quickly died. We threw the knives in the sink, a problem for tomorrow, and went to sleep. In the morning, she was perfectly fine, same as always. I can't believe it was me, Abby said. I never fall asleep first. I should probably get home, Becca sighed. The kids will start worrying. Abby agreed, but I stopped them before they could go. We should do this again, I blurted. The 3 of us looked at each other, smiled, and agreed to meet up next month.